Deep breaths in, everybody. Welcome to Breaking the Birds. We will now be going through Adoree Jackson. Okay, if you're having a great night, turn it off, come back later. Otherwise, if you're ready mentally, let's get to it. So, Adoree Jackson here. Let's just take PFF. Let's just quickly go with the ref of this. So we'll go through the tape right after. We have to search down here at the bottom for this one where we see Adoree Jackson here, number 16. So he is great, absolutely catastrophic. This is about as bad as you can do as a cornerback in a game. We'll see a little bit here towards the coverage thing. Yeah, all right. So he has 7 targets against him, 5 catches per PFF, 103 yards. And 1 pass breakup. There was 1 drop, and he had a penalty as well here. Let's just go here to coverage matchups. We'll just see in terms of I like to see whether or not it actually results in the first down when they get targeted. And you'll see he allowed 5 first downs on 5 catches, so about as bad as you can do. But let's get to the tape and see how it looks. Very first rep, we see Adoree Jackson against CeeDee Lamb. This is the very first drive. I believe it's about play 4 or 5, and this is the result. So Eagles are playing cover 1 man right here. So we got Adoree on CeeDee. We have Quignon against, I believe, George Pickens to the top. We have Andrew Mukuba in the deep zone right here, and we see that Adoree is lined up outside shaded of CeeDee. This is no coincidence. It's because when we're running the cover 1 man right here, everything we're really worried about is going to the outside. We want to have him push towards the inside where we have the help from Andrew Mukuba, where he can help out on anything going deep. And so when we roll the play right here, we'll see the issue immediately is that Adoree has no awareness of the coverage that is behind him and where his help is relative to where CeeDee is going. So CeeDee is cheating inside here to begin with. He wants Adoree to think that he is going inside and then travel with that. It's really nothing spectacular in the route here from CeeDee. Let me get rid of those lines. This is not a fantastic route. He does a little bit of wiggle right there, so he has go a little out in and out. But if you want to see how to actually play it, look at Quinton Mitchell here to the top against George Pickens, because basically, I mean, he has the same inside release first, and then he of course goes here to have the double cross. So he has the crosser, whereas CeeDee is going outside instead. But this is how you want to play it. Notice he's also outside shaded of George Pickens to the top. But he's always staying inside on the inside shoulder of George Pickens right here. He's never getting his feet in here, okay? And he's never committing too much to that inside. He's always keeping close to him to the point where if George wants to come out, he has to go through Quinton Mitchell. Whereas Adoree Jackson, he just completely turns and runs with this. So he's oversetting to a point where he doesn't have the ability to get contact. See the difference? Here, Quignon, he's still outside where he's still outside shaded to where he's going out. He has some room to work with. Here, Adoree is about even, and he's in terrible hip position right here. His hips are completely turned downfield, whereas Quignon is much more open as he's running here. The result, he's in total control. He has no idea what's going on. And then a massive gain here and the easy touchdown right after. Well, of course, that touchdown right after is after the fact that Adoree has another play right here against CeeDee Lamb at the goal line, where he just completely yanks him at the, I believe it's at the neck here. We can't see it from this one angle. The broadcast, I believe he yanks him right here, right at the neck, and just pulls him down. And it's an automatic PI. Terrible play. Situation here is 3rd down and 2. We have another rep. The next rep, actually, where Adoree Jackson is lined up on CeeDee Lamb. 3rd down and 2. Okay, so what we have for the Eagles here is cover 1 man. Man to the top, man right here. Adoree is man, predetermined on CeeDee. We'll have this guy motion out. Cooper DeJean is going to be coming out here. He signals pushes up, he's going out. Andrew Mukuba, he's deep. The two linebackers, one will be playing back out the backfield. One will be playing underneath, depending on where the running back releases out. So he goes out here. That becomes the man of Jihad Campbell. And the other guy, who Bond, will be playing hook curl underneath. Let's just call it underneath. The issue, it's 3rd and 2. Okay? 9 yards off. When we're playing 9 yards off, you can do that, but you don't get more depth. You play 9 yards off because if you want to have a very clear visual of what the receiver is going to be doing, if you're going to go slant, quick out, something like that, you want to stand your ground and then shoot right across it. You don't want to be getting extra depth as the play is going on right here. Okay? You want to be able to react completely to what the receiver is doing. So if he's threatening you deep, you can back paddle, and then you can change your hips and change the direction right after. But you want to be able to play anything that is going quickly in, quickly out, and be able to get contact on the receiver. Okay, so CD is just going to go inside here. He shows nothing except I'm going to go in. The first 2 steps of the first 2 seconds of the rep here from Adoree Jackson, he just keeps getting more and more depth as he's getting out here. Let's just go this here frame by frame. Step, 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 step. He covers 5 yards extra. And then he goes in. CD goes in. So he has no control over where he is. It doesn't matter if he's going deep. You have inside help. So that's not really a threat to you. Stand right here, right there. You'll be right here. If he's going in there, you're close to him and you can try to trail him. It's still difficult, I know, but it's 3rd and 2. Get your hands on him, get some physical on him. If he's going deep, you have Andrew Mukuba. If he's going out, he's running into you. This is garbage. And again, you see at the top here, Quinton Mitchell. Look how he plays it. Again, he's 6-7 yards off. No steps, no steps, no steps. Now he's turning because he's starting to threaten him vertical. But at every point there, if he breaks, he can shoot at it. And that's how you play it. Remember, if you like the videos, if you learn something, if you like coffee and want to share, you can always go to Buy Me a Coffee, right there. Buy Me a Coffee, Breaking the Birds. That's me. And support the channel. Thank you to someone who became a member, and thank you to all the rest of you lovely guys and girls who are supporting the channel. Let's get back to the tape. 2nd down, and I believe it's about 10 is the situation right here. The Eagles are running cover 1 man, and Adoree Jackson is manned up against Kevontae Turpin. So we have manned up here, man here, man here. I believe we got the man here, and then the same underneath Bob coverage. Bob underneath coverage right here. So underneath, depending on what the running back does, and Mukuba will be playing deep. So we have Adoree Jackson lined up a little bit outside shaded right here. Of course, what we're worried about in this situation here, we got 2nd and 8. So obviously long stuff down the field, curls. Yeah, it's wide open. So I respect the fact that we're playing 8 yards off here. That makes sense, but with hesitancy, because if they're running that curl, quick in breakers, we want to be able to quickly break on that. We have inside. We have some inside help. Actually, I was wrong here. Is Reed Blankenship's not playing deep. Not that it matters too much. The issue with this rep right here from Adoree Jackson, we've been going over it here, that you want to be lined up off. You also want to be hesitant a little bit, and you want to read more and react more to what the receiver's doing. Of course, you don't want to get burnt deep, but also there is no point in, like, when you're playing this much off, that your first steps, from what you see here, is that you panic so much that you, right here, Adoree Jackson's hips have already been turned 180. If you're doing that, you better not be running too fast. It's fine to do it, but you don't want to be sprinting downfield. If you're turning your hips like this, you can take long strides, because then you can still plant your foot and then go in the opposite direction. Issue is that Adoree has his hips turned and he's running full speed. I'll try not to pause it here so it's a little bit more clear to see in real time. So you clearly get the feeling that as he's turning his hips, he's converting immediately into a full sprint mode. Hips are turned, go, 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 go. And it doesn't matter. He's 5 yards away from it at the point of the break. There's no need for if you do this, it's because you're not fast enough or you're not good enough technically. You can try to compensate a little bit if you know if you're slow and you're going against a fast receiver. Covonta Turpin's fast, but Adoree Jackson, I'd imagine, considers himself pretty much of a fast receiver too. I mean, that's what's been his MO early in his career. Of course, he might have lost it, but then he shouldn't be starting in a game. This is just way too easy of a curl because he's never challenging it at any point. And then Turpin just shits on him afterwards. Actually, I caught it a little bit short. If you want to see exactly what I mean here, again, take a look at Quinton Mitchell. Lined up in the same depth off. Takes a couple of back paddles. Doesn't turn, he is in control and about 90. He's about the same. He turned a little bit on his hips. He's already at 90-degree angle. Here, he opens his hips, but he's striding. He's not full sprint. He's striding. So when he's turning back, he is already turned back. Quinton is turned at this point and running with Pickens as he's coming back. Notice the difference right here. Both of them are turned. Who's more control? Actually, we'll just pause that. Take a look at the top and take a look at the bottom without me pausing it. And then see who's more control here. It looks worlds different. Trips formation for the Cowboys. We got cover one man for the Eagles. So Adoree, man. Oh wait, man here, not the edge. And then the underneath, the over the top from the safety. 10 yards off this time. It's okay. I think we're about I think it's a 1st and 10 actually. Or something like that. Couple of things here. I like that Adoree this time is more hesitant. Because right there, at the previous snap we saw against Cowboys Turpin, he had already turned his hips. Here he's in more control. Then comes the inbreaker on the slant. Or skinny post, if you will, if you think out a little bit too deep for a slant. All right, so initially, tough to defend, you'll say, okay? I agree, but let's also just take a look at frame by frame here of what happens. That hesitancy, that stutter from Adoree is driving me a little bit insane. Because at no point has CD given any indication other than the fact that he's going on that quick slant. And he just kind of sidesteps with it. It doesn't match his intent with how he's playing it. Right there. Shoot forward. See here, the only good play he had, or at least stat-wise, the pass breakup against CD Lamb. Okay, man coverage again. Lined up 8 yards off. Again, a little bit of back paddle. We saw that before. That's good. That's what we want. A little bit of hit turn, but it doesn't matter because he's not sprinting anything. He's striding with him. CD is turning. He sees that, and he trusts it. Plant foot, go. Pass breakup. That's how the previous rep needed to look in the slant. Little bit of a back pedal. See it, go. CD isn't a creative receiver. He's not going to do a lot of fancy stuff. He's super efficient when he's running, but he's going to show you what he's doing. That's how you play it. Okay, so a little bit of running action. A run play here that we're going to take a look at from Adoree Jackson. Rarely do I put cornerbacks in running plays because their really only job is to not fuck up. This one is super disadvantage for the Eagles. I don't know how to say that properly. So we have 6 guys for the Cowboys here on their line, okay? 6 guys. We have 5 for the Eagles. We're running man here. We have an issue because Sack is going out. Turpin is going out. So we don't really have anybody in the box right here, okay? Boxes are empty. So we need... because the Cowboys are going to be pulling 2 guys out here. This is an outside pull. which is a problem because it kind of nullifies Nolan Smith a little bit, and it creates an extra guy for them over to the bottom of the screen. This puts a massive responsibility on Reed Blankenship and on Adoree Jackson of being the extra guys of filling on the outside. Reed just goes head on against an offensive lineman. Okay. Advantage offensive lineman. That's what it is. Adoree, I know what he wants to do. He wants to try to go all the way outside and have outside contain. But that's bullshit because there's no receiver. If there was a receiver right here, not an X. If there was a receiver out here, then he would have to go on the outside of him to have contain. But that is where Jihad Campbell is. Okay? So your job is to fill. He's trying to get out so much that he just stumbles and doesn't do anything at all. And it is so evident he has no idea what his gap responsibility is. Because he thinks, I'm the outside-most guy, I'm the cornerback, so I have to be the contain. No, you don't. No, you're not. Jihad Campbell is, and he's struggling with the tackle right here of staying inside there. So if Jory just kept a little bit of distance, had an overview of what was going on, he could shoot right in there and then make the tackle. No issue whatsoever. Instead, because Adoree Jackson is so incredibly bad and has zero awareness, Zach Bond, who's coming all the way out here to play man on that side, has to chase this down all the way from the backside linebacker position in a banana angle and chase down Miles Sanders. Horrendous. If you saw the Jihad Campbell video, you've also seen this play with Adoree Jackson giving up. This is a 3rd and 2. It's cover one man. Jihad Campbell's going to come down here. He's going to shoot Jalen Hunt inside. He's going to blitz. And CeeDee Lamb motions over here, and apparently that motion is enough to where Adoree has no idea what he's supposed to do or what's happening. And he puts himself in an incredibly bad position because they're in a bunch wide receiver set down here at the bottom and empty. See, he's moved going forward, then looking back. What are we doing? Then takes a little bit of a step backwards, and again he's 5 yards off right there when the ball is snapped, and he still takes steps backwards, and he's flipped his hips 90 degrees, and every indication from CeeDee Lamb is that he's going inside, and he just refuses to break on the route. He refuses to go inside. He gets all the help in the world from the fact that he has underneath coverage inside from Zach Bond. He can line up outside right here of CeeDee Lamb, so he has to run through him and be in a much better position to go with him inside. It's 3rd and 2. Use your brain a little bit. Have some awareness. Another conversion, easily converted, even though we have so much pressure on Dak Prescott that it's just stupid. This has nothing to do with the coverage. I'm not going to go through everything that everybody is doing right here. I just wanted you to. This is Adoree Jackson. This is the receiver who is just going a little bit out there in the flat. That is a hospital ball being thrown to that receiver. This is a cornerback who just needs to smell blood, go full speed, and then absolutely demolish the guy. And Adoree just gets completely run over. It's embarrassing. The receiver even gets slowed down by Zach Bond initially. All right, so final drive here, and I believe this is a 3rd down situation, if I'm not mistaken, a point where you really got to end the game, basically. Yeah, 3rd down, and I believe it was about 5 or 6 we saw there. We got cover one man, Adoree Jackson here at the top playing against George Pickens. We got the deep help here from Drew Makuba. Man coverage here at the bottom as well. Okay. So what do we have here? We have Pickens going a little bit inside here first, and then on a deep out. All right, so we know we have inside help. Got Makuba. Is this a good position to be in? having your hips turned 180 degrees, already taking strides downfield, when the only place we can't get beat in cover one man where we have safety elbow over the top is outside. This is the exact same thing we talked about on the very first rep against CeeDee Lamb. The exact same thing we talked about. You want to have outside shade. He doesn't. He has inside shade alignment. So already at alignment, he's failed. Okay, let's just see here then. Again, we talked about being a little bit hesitant to where when he's going inside, you can be more hesitant to when you get level with him. Okay, he needs to be right here. He needs to not turn his hips. If he turns his hips, he needs to take strides slowly to a point where he gets even with him at the point at the point of break for the receiver. That's about 10-15 yards. That's what you declare what he would do, going inside, outside, deep. He needs to be right on the inside of him right here. He's way too deep. He's about 3 yards away from him. He's outside shaded, but he's not even close to him, to the point where, like we said, if he wants to go out, he wants to run through him. And the only reason that Adoree Jackson feels the need to speed turn here is because he failed in everything leading up to it. Because he's had his hips turned and he's running faster than where he can actually just, plant his foot and then go in the opposite direction. So everything from alignment to drop to turn is bad, and that results in an incredibly key first down for the Cowboys.